Happy Friday, everybody. It's Tammy with Embellish the Story. And today I wanted to come with a little simple project. And I'm going to show you how to fold a Jane Austen style Regency letter. But before I do that, I want to show you where I was inspired by this. So this is a beautiful book of Pride and Prejudice. It's the neatest edition I've ever seen. It's beautiful. The writing on the front is from the book. And this one is bound in blue. And I will show you how you can get these books at the end. And I will leave a link. My sister bought this at a bookstore. But I found a place where you can get them online. But other than being Pride and Prejudice, and it's written on this beautiful paper, it has the neatest surprises in it. It has these glassine bags, and inside each bag, there are letters of correspondence that might have been found from each character. And when I saw the letter, I saw the way it was folded, and I was almost afraid to unfold it, that I wouldn't get it folded back. But I did unfold it, and it was quite easier to fold it back than I had anticipated. So each letter is written based on which character wrote it. It's written, she gave them their own unique handwriting style, and she researched the type of handwriting styles in that era. And there's all sorts of neat information in this book that she researched things. But the letter's just folded like this. And this is to Lizzie from Jane. And there's letters to Jane from to Lizzie from Mr. Darcy. I mean, there are 19 letters in this book. So this is such a treasure, this book is. I also received from her the Anne of Green Gables book. And that is, between these two, I don't know which is my favorite. They're so different, but they both are my favorites. So I wanted to fold this letter with you guys. I think this would be the neatest piece of ephemera to put in a journal. Very simple, very historically accurate, and just so unique. So I'm going to put this back. I'm very protective of these books. So I'm going to put these back in their little glassine bag. And then let's fold a letter like this. This is much easier than I thought. I thought it was going to be intimidating, but it's not. So this is a standard 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. And the first fold is just, you lay it long ways and you just fold it like this. In my classroom, when we folded paper, I called this fold hamburger style, because if you fold it long ways, we called it hot dog style. It's kind of silly, but they got it. All right, so then we've just folded it in half. I'm going to take my ruler, and this doesn't have to be exact. It can be approximate, but I'm going to go up about 3 inches, and I'm going to make a fold about right here. So I'm going to fold this up about 3 inches. Then I'm going to fold down about 2.5 inches. So it's really just going to overlap right here. And so I have this, and this is where they would have written. It talks about how they really wrote on every square inch of the paper, because paper was so expensive and hard to come by. All right, so we've got this. Now you're just going to take this top flap, open it, and just tuck this bottom flap inside. So let's do that one more time. So we've got this. We just take the top flap, tuck the bottom flap inside, and now we have this little letter like it's in an envelope. And I think just this would be a treat, because it's such a neat way of folding a piece of paper. But of course they would have put a wax seal here, and I don't know, I've never done a wax seal, but I do have these wax seals that are pre-made. These were from my daughter-in-law. She's such a precious kindred spirit, and she actually used these on her wedding invitations. So this was the one that came on mine. I took it off, and I'm going to use these frills glue dots, and I'm just going to adhere it with this, because that way we can open and close the letter with the wax seal without harming the letter. These are quite sticky. I'm going to just put this down right here, and then I'm going to pop on my wax seal. So isn't that neat? That is just such a neat way to do a letter. So I can pop off, I can pop it open, and then I can reseal it. So this was such a simple, neat little piece that I think would be so neat popped in a journal. So let me share Anne of Green Gables really quick with you before we leave. Anne of Green Gables is got the greens and writing from the book pages. And then she doesn't have letters tucked in. It has more just different types of historical ephemera. So like I'll show you the first one. And this is a little map of Green Gables, of Prince Edward Island, and where the characters would have lived in relation to each other. So Anne would have been here, Diana would have been here, Gilbert Blythe would have been here. Kind of shows you how close to the ocean they probably live. And then here's their little schoolhouse. So this is like a map of Green Gables. They show, I mean, they have like little pieces of notes that Diana sent to Anne in class, and all kinds of pieces of ephemera in this one. So this is equally a treasure. Now, where can you get these books? Like I said, she got them at a bookstore, but this was inside each book, a piece like this. And so it tells us they're from chroniclebooks.com. And I will leave a link to their website. I'm not affiliated with them. I just want you to be able to find these books. If you think these are the treasures that I do, I want you to be able to add this to your book collection. So that's my little share for today. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you love books, pretty books, these are just such unique little additions to your library. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed making this little simple ephemera piece. Always remember to embellish the story, and I'll get together with you soon. Bye-bye, guys.